Hello, this is Anjali, and this is Group 3. We will be focusing on Nestle, the brand. We will be looking into Nestle's strategic position, its resource and capabilities, and strategy choices through various frameworks. Next.
Hi, my name is Tamara, and I'll do a little introduction on the company. Nestle is a Swiss company known for its famous food and beverages. The company offers more than 2,000 brands in over 188 countries. Main markets include Asia, America, and Europe. As shown on Figure 2, US is a leading market, therefore, we'll be focusing on US in our presentation as well as China. In this presentation, we will focus on key products, Nescafe, Water Pure Life, and KitKat. Next.
Hello, my name is Margaret, and I'll be speaking on PESTEL framework for Nestle. PESTEL is an acronym, P for political factor. Regulatory compliance. The Food and Drug Administration regulates bottled water in the US, which made Nestle to face scrutiny over the years, and now they have adjusted their water sourcing strategies. The Chinese government has a strict regulatory environment for foreign companies, which has made Nestle to adapt products like Nescafe and KitKat. Economic factor. As at 2024, inflation in the US was recorded at 8.5% and 2.3% in China. Nestle has to keep KitKat and Nescafe prices competitive while maintaining quality and also adapt flavors to appeal to consumers' taste. Sociocultural factor. According to a 2022 survey by the International Food Information Council, over 60% of consumers in US and China are now more concerned about the transparency of their water sourcing and have inculcated a healthy lifestyle trend to demand for Nestle Pure Life water over fizzy drinks. Next, technological factor. The US has invested in automation and AI-driven supply chains to optimize swift production and supply chains with platforms like Amazon. Like in China, they have capitalized on e-commerce with platforms like Alibaba to promote Nescafe and KitKat to target consumers. Environmental factor. The Chinese government introduced the Green Consumption Initiative, which encouraged Nestle to innovate in sustainable packaging for products like Nescafe and KitKat. While in the US, Nestle aims to reduce plastic waste by 100% in 2020 and also reduction in water consumption by 35% in 2025. Legal factor, trade barriers and tariffs. The trade relationship between the US and China has imposed both opportunities and threats, and the tariffs on Nestle's products from 2018 have impacted the cost of raw materials, especially for products like Nescafe. And they have higher tariffs, which have forced Nestle to localize sourcing and manufacturing. Next.
Hello, I'm Kudzai, and I'll be talking about product five forces for Nestle. In the US, competition is tough, especially in bottled water, where brands like Aquafina dominate the market. This makes it challenging for Nestle's Pure Life to expand. In China, local brands like Nogu Spring hold a large share in the bottled water market, but Nestle does have an edge in the ready-to-drink coffee, with Nescafe as a popular choice. In the US, suppliers have significant power due to rising costs for key ingredients like cocoa and coffee, impacting products like KitKat and Nescafe. In China, Nestle's local sourcing gives it flexibility, especially in managing costs for instant coffee. In the US, consumers are price sensitive, especially with recent price hikes. This impacts products like Nescafe, as consumers can easily switch to alternatives. In China, affordability is key, particularly in rural areas where customers have plenty of local brands to choose from. In the US, health-conscious consumers are increasingly choosing alternatives like plant-based drinks, affecting traditional products like KitKat and bottled water. In China, local bottled water brands also present strong substitutes, challenging Nestle's market share. In the US, Nestle's strong brand and established channels create moderate barriers for entry. In China, though local companies often introduce affordable, culturally relevant products which can impact Nestle's market share. Potter's model assumes a stable market, missing rapid shifts in consumer preferences and tech advances. It also focuses narrowly on competition, overlooking global factors, and doesn't account for Nestle's diverse industries operations. Overall, Nestle faces intense competition and cost pressures, but continues to hold a strong position due to its brand power and ability to innovate, particularly in markets like China with ready-to-drink coffee and globally with chocolates. Next.
I am Fatima. I'll apply the resource based view to analyze our chosen brand's key resources and capabilities. Starting with Nescafe, its strong brand reputation is globally recognized for quality and innovation. For example, during the pandemic, Nescafe adapted by launching a plant based coffee range to meet the growing demands for vegan products, showcasing its agility in responding to consumer trends. For its capabilities, Nescafe excels in market adaptation and innovation, allowing it to evolve with shifting market demands. Nestle Pure Life leverages critical resources such as access to water sources and advanced purification technology. In Pakistan, Nestle Pure Life installed water filtration systems, illustrating its commitment to sustainability while addressing local market needs. Nestle Pure Life benefits from an efficient supply chain management system, which supports its global reach and sustainability initiatives like water stewardship efforts in Africa. For KitKat, the iconic trademark and product innovation, like its distinct shape and unique flavor, set it apart. In Japan, KitKat introduced limited edition flavors like matcha and wasabi, tailored to local taste. This localization strategy strengthens KitKat's market presence and brand exclusivity. Finally, KitKat uses product diversification and localization to maintain a competitive edge in various international markets, and that's its capability. The limitation of this framework is its subjectivity. This framework often involves subjective judgment, as different evaluators may assess these factors differently, potentially leading to inconsistent conclusions. For example, you will notice I mentioned Japan and Pakistan in my examples, and that's because certain resources that are threshold in developed countries might be distinctive in developing countries. Next.
I will be assessing value chain for Nescafe, Nestle's renowned instant coffee brand. The value chain is carefully crafted to support responsible and efficient production with a strong focus on contributing to both social and environmental well-being. Let's take a brief look at each segment. Covering the primary activities first, Nescafe sources coffee beans from three key regions, including Asia, Africa, and Latin America, working closely with their farmers worldwide. With 26 production facilities around the world, Nescafe's coffee making processes follow seven important stages to transform their coffee beans into soluble coffee, including extraction and roasting methods. Nescafe uses regional distribution centers to streamline product delivery to various markets. For example, the production facility in China supports distribution across their Asian markets. Once production is complete, Nescafe promotes its products globally, targeting diverse demographics through various channels, including a blend of digital platforms and traditional methods such as billboard ads. Nescafe prioritizes customer support, offering accessible after sales services to ensure consumer satisfaction. Customers can reach through helplines and online contact forms, for example. Moving on to the secondary activities. Nestle is a focal point in some activities as they are standardized across Nestle's brand portfolio. Nestle operates within a structured and hierarchical framework, ensuring clear decision making processes and consistent quality control. Beyond product quality, is dedicated to it is dedicated to community development such as specialized training programs that enhance sustainable coffee training practices for the farmers. Nestle recently partnered with the XPO Logistics, a leading provider for transportation and logistics solutions. This collaboration introduced cutting edge technologies to further enhance quality and operational efficiency. Even though this framework looks into individual business processes for improvement, it does lose the broader strategic view by solely assessing specific segments. Next.
I'm Sanchar. I'll be talking about the business model of Nestle using the business model canvas. Now, Nestle's value proposition is to deliver high quality and innovative products with a focus on sustainability and to adapt to customers' needs. And they achieve this through the vertical integration by sourcing key ingredients like cocoa and coffee directly from the farmers. But maintaining the sustainable practice across its complex supply chains is very challenging for Nestle. When we come to value configuration, Nestle adapts to local consumer needs, but still faces stiff competition from brands like Unilever and PepsiCo. They have an extensive distribution network spanning from supermarkets, e commerce, and food services with a growing presence in a lot of digital platforms. Nestle also has a lot of loyalty programs and feedback initiatives that strengthens customer relationships, but increased demand for transparency and sustainability could actually impact business perception of Nestle, as Nestle has had a lot of cases with regards to labor exploitation and overusage of chemicals like MSG in its products. Coming to value capture, the revenue mainly comes from product sales for Nestle with licensing deals from third parties, and its key activities include R&D and supply chain management through balancing with sustainable practice, though balancing with sustainable practice actually remain a challenge due to high cost and regional recycling limitations. Nestle's business model overall is pretty strong, but yet evolving consumer needs and sustainable issues and digital disruption pose ongoing hurdles to its business model. Now, coming to Bowman's strategic clock, we have actually started by segregating the products according to prices in British pounds in both the countries. So, in China, as you can see on the figure on the Bowman strategic clock, Nestle follows a hybrid strategy, balancing quality and affordability with products like Nescafe's 3 in 1, along with complementary options like the office vending machines and e-cafe. Their broad distribution from supermarkets to railway stations appeal to a lot of cost conscious customers and quality focused consumers. But offering this dual focus may actually lead to losing ground and focused competition to Starbucks and Lavazza. Now, if you can see the US, Nestle employs a differentiation strategy with high quality and premium products like the Nescafe Gold or coffee pods with seasonal flavors. Now, this strategy would actually build loyalty with customers, but is actually challenging by the premium market saturation and rising competition from brands like Starbucks and Lavazza as well. KitKat occupies a hybrid strategy in the US, balancing affordability and quality and capitalizing on its iconic take a break branding. While its mid range pricing helps sustain the broad appeal, and domestic brands like Hershey's offer similar options, so at a comparable price, actually, which makes it risky for KitKat within the US market and makes it easier for consumers to switch easily. In China, KitKat uses differentiation strategy, launching flavors like matcha, red bean to align with the local taste. And it also emphasizes on the gifting culture, especially around festivals like Chinese New Year. With KitKat's packaging and premium positioning, it actually appeals to a lot of customers during festivals. Overall, according to the clock, Nestle's approach provides flexibility but faces challenges with market saturation, local competition, and the cost of maintaining premium positioning. Thank you.
I will be analyzing Nestle's strategic choices using the ASOP matrix. Nestle has adopted different growth strategies for the different products. For KitKat, product development is key in both markets, focusing on launching new flavors. In China, they've introduced matcha cookie and milk tea, while in the US, they launched frosted donut flavor. For Nescafe, market development in China and market penetration in the US are the most suitable strategies. In China, they're introducing ready to drink coffees to cater for the fast paced lifestyle, especially in Hong Kong. In the US, as Nescafe is already an established brand, they can increase sales through promotions and loyalty schemes. And for the final product, Pure Life water, product development in China and market development in the US are ideal. In China, they're launching flavored drinks to appeal to health conscious customers. In the US, they plan to expand distributions in various stores to reach more health focused customers. However, the framework has some limitations. These include not accounting for external factors like competition and economic conditions, as well as focusing too heavily on growth without considering resource limitations. Next.
For summary, Nestle operates globally, leading the fast-moving consumer goods with high-quality products and a strong economic impact. Its sustainable competitive advantage stems from a robust business model and diverse product branches, setting it apart from competitors. These aforementioned resources, value chain, growth strategy, as analyzed by the frameworks mentioned by my colleagues and I, give these brands of Nestle a sustainable competitive advantage. To support future growth, Nestle has numerous strategic options that could drive expansion and solidify its market position further. Thank you very much. Merci bien mal.